Okay, base heads, people, YouTube. um, I did another a little tutorial to give you an update on this electric water pump. Okay, that I put in. But while I'm on here, I told a guy somebody had commented on on my little setup here, and they actually thought I told them I was going to do a video. They actually thought that I had electrical tape holding on my aluminum radiator. That I actually was bracing my aluminum radiator with electrical tape. They actually thought that was electrical tape. Y'all guys need to really pay attention to what I'm showing you here, when I'm showing you this stuff. I know that the camera might have shot past that part and was mainly focusing on everything here. A question, why would I have all this electronics and all this stuff in my car, but my radiator held on with electrical tape, man? I would be the dumbest dude in the world, or just don't got no common sense. I got metal straps there that I made some years ago to hold this on. Because this is an old school car, and there's no fan shroud or nothing like that on here. So, with that being said, I had to come up with something that can hold this on, and those are metal straps that I made. I need to sand them and paint them and all of that. But this got it held on. This is held on, dude. It ain't moving. See, it don't move. All right, and those are rubber pieces under there, so that there won't be metal to metal rubbing against this and making noise or just scraping against it. So I got these rubber pieces in between there. Like I got the rubber pieces right there for this to lay it onto, and the rubber piece right here for this to lay onto. So I don't hear none of that noise, or you know what I mean? And it's holding it on there securely. It's going nowhere. And then down there, you see that green piece of material down there? That's foam. That's 1/2 inch foam I got it sitting on top of for cushion. Okay, that's that stuff right here, foam. This 1/2 inch foam I got under there for cushioning. Okay, there's no way in the world that I would have did something stupid like wrap this up with electrical tape somehow. How would I have gotten the electrical tape to even hold this? That's the question. I mean, I understand. I'm not mad at him. I understand his concern. You know what I mean? That he thought, you know what I mean? Looking around, it's like people are looking around here for mistakes. There's no mistakes. I know my wiring, you know what I mean, could be loomed up and neater and all of that, but I'll do all that later. I mean, I'm more concerned about everything working and operating right, you know, before I start looming everything. I know that could be a better job on that, but neither here nor there, man. This is, you know, ain't entering a car show and a car stereo competitions. All right, a car show, I would have got up under here and painted everything, and yeah, definitely for a car show. All right, and just to give y'all an update, okay, on this Meziere electric water pump while I'm here. All right, I wanted to try different belt wraps, because this water pump, you know, me taking off the manual one, there was a 6-inch pulley on the manual water pump, and there's no pulley on the electric one. So that made the belt like 10 or 11 inches smaller. Okay, and I did try a belt. As you see, that I bypassed those idlers right there, those idler pulleys. I bypassed them, and I wanted to see if those alternators would still charge the same by bypassing them. If they still would charge the same with them jumping across the alternators like that. And yes, they still charge the same. There's no different if they was wrapped around those idlers or not. And I wanted to see, which makes the belt even shorter. And I was trying a series of belts once again to see which belt would work tight with this configuration right here. Okay? But I do know what belt would work if I wanted to wrap them back around those as well. You know what I mean? So, with that being said, okay, yeah, that's why I bypassed those to see if it was still charged. So yeah, they still charge the same. Each alternator's still charging. All right. And yeah, and that Meziere water pump, just to give you guys an update while I'm at this, okay, because I actually did another tutorial about that water pump. Man, everything is cooling great. Everything is cooling real good, man. Real good. With that manual water pump, it was going in reverse rotation because of the belt wrap, and it wasn't efficient. It wasn't efficient going in reverse rotation, but the car still ran. And I went up on Google and all of that to see if a water pump can go in reverse rotation. They was like, yes, but it wouldn't be as efficient as it would going in a right rotation. You know what I mean? So because of that, the last few years it has been with a manual water pump going in reverse rotation. It was getting kind of hot under here, like 215, 220, or even hotter, depending on how hot it was outside. Okay, now I was just letting it run. Now it's cool out here now. Yesterday it was warm, so now we're back to this cold weather again. And needless to say, our competition on Sunday is only going to be 51 degrees now. Now we done got 3-4 days of 80-something degree weather. Now it's back to this 40 stuff. You know what I mean? And it's going to be raining on Sunday as well. This car will not be at the show. I'll be there, but this won't. Okay, I do not bring this out in the rain anymore. And if I get caught in the rain, one thing. I don't bring it out if I know it's going to rain. So it won't be out, not unless the weather is going to change, not unless the forecast changes for Sunday. Okay, that's one thing. And yeah, that's that. But this water pump's got this engine. I was just running it. It's got it running like down there, like at 149 or 150 is the hottest it'll get with it being this cold. Now it's only 50 degrees. Now when it gets hotter outside, it does, it changes. It'll get hotter when it's hot. But I seen it yesterday. The highest it got was like 167. And that's good to me. That to me, that's good. I don't want it getting scalding hot up under here, man. I want everything to run cool. So that Meziere water pump, man, is moving 42 gallons per minute. That's the heavy duty one. Everything is good. So it's working out, people. Okay, it's working out, man. But to my man David Keaton, okay, that's not electrical tape. I know you're probably thinking to yourself, Sodda Pop knows better than that, bro. He knows better than that. Yeah, I damn sure do. I got metal straps there, homeboy. Okay? All right, now, one more thing. As far as those ignition bus bars, those are for ignition. And I got one jumping off the other. Okay, I got one over here as well. So whenever I put something new under here, okay, I can jump the ignition straight off them, which is coming from the ignition from up under the dashboard. So the fuse box is under the dashboard. I got 2 ignition wires coming from under there that's hitting those. Okay? So I don't have to go under the dashboard or run anything through the car and climb under the dashboard and look for somewhere to plug in the ignitions in. You know what I mean? They're right there. Boom. All right? And I do know they make those ignition boxes. I've seen somebody on YouTube connect one of those ignition boxes, but then it goes right back to the same thing, mounting them under the dashboard somewhere. You know what I mean? Like another fuse box. Like I've seen guys connect another fuse box to the fuse box. You know what I mean? And then, yeah, okay, well, I have to go back up under the dashboard just to do that. I'd rather have everything in my reach, man. You know, like this battery delete box right here I made. I'd rather remove that box and take those bus bars right there, positive and negative, and mount them in their own little area. Mount the negative away from the positive, like make a bracket and weld that negative, not weld it, but mount that negative right under there. And then take that positive and, mount it on top of there somewhere. You know what I mean? And move them away from each other, you know what I mean? And have a nice empty spot down there to mount something else down in there I might want down in there. You know? So, and which will get done sooner or later. It will get done sooner or later. You know, while I'm thinking of all this, these ideas I got, and I would like to paint it under here, paint all of this. But I don't enter car shows, I enter car stereo competition, so you know what I mean. But yeah, just like I just connected that that electric water pump there, you know what I mean? I had to run the ignition off of, you know what I mean? I had to run it off of another relay to the ignition over there. Boom. So that's the reason why I don't buy one of those ignition boxes. That's the answer to that question too. All right. So that's it. Soda Pop Kid over and out.